Hi guys, how's it going today? I'm doing okay. My throat caught. Okay. Sound like a little old granny, and I'm doing little old granny crafts. I'm making doilies. Pam's been talking at me, and you know what? Every time she talks at me, I'm like, I gotta get a doily out. Even if I don't send them to her, I will see her eventually, and she'll be getting some stuff. Nah, it's not a surprise. It's not a secret. It's none of that. It's just a, Charlie, please don't get up there. She's acting like she wants to get up. No. There she is. She wants to get up there and grab the phone. Come on, Brat. Get out of my phone. Get out of my stuff. Thank you. But I'd made that into a goal for this year to at least get a few of these out to her. She's always going into those thrift shops and buying those. And I'm like, why? Hey, look, it looks like I have a white tail. And, so I'm like, why? Because I never get any of these done. So that's what I'm working on today, is crocheting. Habafo, I love you. Oh, I gotta get my coffee. My coffee cools down while I'm sitting here, so I just put it over here in front of the heater. That's warm. Now, you guys are sitting on my step stool in front of me. Miss Puff is interested, and I call it, and it is a step stool because you step up top of it, but it's not my real stool. It's somebody else's stool. I don't want to show you my real stool. I'm just joking around, guys. Oh, and another thing, they are so interested in the ball of yarn that's rolling around on the floor. It's not really rolling around on the floor. It's in a container, because if it was rolling around the floor, this would be dirty. Let's see. I went and I bought another flat of water because I was almost out. I did that yesterday. Oh man, that was a pain in the neck to try to carry, because as I picked it up in the store, the pickup point busted, and I was like, oh, I really need this. So she double bagged it, and I was so lucky. The handle on those bags broke at the door of my house. She's shoving me every time, guys. Look at that. Attention monster. But yeah, my answer to why she keeps spending money on all these doilies, A, because the ones that she finds are really pretty, and I can do them, but I haven't been. I feel like a really bad friend for doing that. But like I said, even if I don't send them to her, I will see her at some point, and she will be getting some. Again, it was a New Year's goal that I kind of silently made to myself. I'm like, you know what? Guild's driving you into doing this, Tressa. Will you stop, Brat? Oh, it was so cold. They said it was so cold that it was supposed to freeze our pipes. I've been without water for like 2 or 3 weeks. Been managing with, again, the cleaning water I use for my body and for if I need to wash dishes or anything like that, is melted snow. I mean, Why waste it? God gave it to me, right? And I am drinking. Oh, I don't even know. These are what's down there. Were what was down there. Absopure natural spring water. Let's see, where's this from? Don't. Bottled water exceeds all local, state, and federal requirements set forth by Drinking Water. Let's see. Company. Plymouth, Michigan. There's probably somebody's sink water over there from Flint. Oh, that was a bad joke, Aunt T, because they will. I don't think they resolved their issues. Rattle, rattle, rattle. Their issues with the lead in the water yet. I mean, it's been years. So, I mean, Plymouth, Michigan. Man, that's scary to know that water came from there. Natural spring water that I know of. There aren't very many natural springs over there that are clean, because that's downstate. There probably are. Come on, get in there. Come on, get in there. There we go. There probably are natural springs down there, because I've seen them up here on the beaches. They've got beaches down there. I went downstate and I went in the water down there near Ann Arbor a few times. The water was, not the water, but the ground underneath the water was slimy. Ugh. Now I'm drinking. I hope that went through a filter somehow. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, it is cleaner and it does not smell like my well water anyway. So I think I'm safe. I mean, heck, man, I have a few screws loose in the top of my head anyway, because every house that I lived in always had lead paint and stuff. And I am sure as a kid there was some sort of lead paint eating going on. I was a weird kid, man. I ate lots of stuff. Like, I wasn't supposed to eat it. Like, one time, I remember, I don't know what was going through my head, but I remember the bottom of a thermometer breaking, like one of those smaller ones, and that little red dot in the bottom, and I thought it was pretty. And I was really young when I did this, so, but I thought it was pretty, so I swallowed it. I don't know what was going through my head. So now I know what's going through my head. What is it? What was it? Lithium? I don't know what's in those. Lead, lithium, something. Oh my gosh. So there's the screws that are loose in my head. I was ingesting things I wasn't supposed to. Very young. My mom had acquired a plant called a Jack in the Pulpit. And it looks like a green, almost lily of the valley. And it's got this red berry that comes up in the middle, which is the seed pod. Mom set that in front of me. I had to have been, what, 3 or 4? I don't know, young. She set that in front of me on the table and said, don't eat those berries. Well, this little kid thought, Mom's keeping a treat for herself. So I ate every single one of them. I ended up in the hospital, I think, with that one. Was that the first or second time? One of the times. No. She called the poison control number, and they said alternate sugar, water, and milk and get that out. Um, so that saved my life at that point in time. And then, again, this was the 70s, okay? She was the leader of a Girl Scout troop, I believe called the Bluebirds. And again, this was the 70s, so she put me in the car. She put me in the car so that I would be safe and wouldn't be running around, and she could keep an eye on me. She had forgotten that she'd bought seed corn, and the seed corn was coated in this pink fertilizer. Pink was pretty, so I ate it. And she looks over at me and my face is pink. And this one landed me in the hospital ingesting coal to get that out. So again, Aunt T. This is what's wrong with Aunt T. As an adult, I know, don't do that. But as a kid, I was bored. It was pretty. It was corn. I thought, ooh, magical. You know, like Jack and the Beanstalk had magical beans. I thought, ooh, magic corn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. Let me do that one more time. Let me count that one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got to do one more. I thought, ooh, magic corn like Jack's beans from Jack and the Beanstalk. You know, no. Like I said, as an adult, I know those things aren't right. So, I have to look at my book. Let's see, I'm supposed to chain one in between the shells. I think, wait, let me see. Shell and say chain one, double case. Beginning shell, chain two. Woo! So, anyway, hey man, I tell all here. I don't keep little secrets like that. I mean, why? Everybody does questionable things, you know. And again, I was a kid. There are a few things, I'll keep to myself that are like, you know, pretty, maybe intimate or private or whatever. But, you know, those things people do keep to themselves, right? What else is going on? Squeaky's over there yelling at me because I ran out of cat food, out of wet cat food. I did, their bags of it, I have an empty bag here. What I do is I buy 2 of these a month, and it says just add water. So when they run out of their canned food, I give them this with the water in it. Well, Squeaky and, excuse me for being out of frame, Squeaky and Miss James are okay with it. Miss Puff is mad. She's like, I don't like this stuff. Brat. But he's over here looking at me like, hey man, you know, I call them my hobbits because he's got his second breakfast gut. And 11Z's gut. But he's over here, you know, giving me the stink eye because I'm over here talking to you and crocheting instead of feeding him. That's okay. I will feed him in a while. I mean, he's got dry food. They all got dry food sitting right over there. So if I'm like, oh, I'm out of wet food, they have that. Or if I'm like sleeping and it's mealtime, they can always hop over there and have that. And again, Jackson Galaxy always says don't free feed your cats. Don't leave dry food out for them. Jackson Galaxy doesn't live with my cats. He doesn't understand that that one is always hungry. So, I love his advice, but that one doesn't work for me. Let's see, what else is going on? I haven't put any more decorations up. I did find that my clasp to the door in the back had gotten pushed open, and Miss Puff was back there. I didn't realize it. And I'd closed the door and rebolted it closed. All of a sudden, I'm taking a nap, and I hear her yelling from the back room, and I'm like, Puff, really? So I had to get up and save her from that. I made another ergonomic hook out of those silicone wire clasps, and the tip of it broke. So I was like, okay, it's a tip off of a stylus. And it actually does work on my phone. I do that, but let me see. I can't show you because otherwise I'd have to like pause or something. So that goofy little cat was in the back room just yelling at me because I locked her in to a place where I know I don't want her. I don't want her back there. And that's why I bolt it closed. And how I bolt it closed is I have one of those lids off of a yogurt container. And I screwed it into the side of the door, the door frame, and I screwed it right on into the door. And they can't, unless the hole is too big and whatever, they can't push through that. Well, the hole was too big at that point in time. I'd undone it and done it back up too many times. And I think they leaned up on it too many times. So that's what happened. Honestly, this is one of the reasons I call them brats. Oh, Miss James, she has this game. Every time I'm in the kitchen, she brings me this makeup. I don't know if it's a brush. It's one of those makeup sponges, and it's got a point to it. It's green. I got this set of them, a couple sets of them at the Dollar Tree at one point. And they were open, and she found it, and she loves these things. So she brings me one, and I throw it, and she and runs across the room and gets it, and then she brings it back at my feet, and I'm like, there it is. The other day, she brought me a mouse. Yesterday. And she's walking around, and its little legs are going like this in her mouth. I'm like, ah. So I lift my legs up and I put them up somewhere so if she drops it, it's not racing across my feet. Well, finally they get bored, and I'm like, okay, you guys are bored, so the mouse escaped. And she brings this unalive one to my feet this morning. And I'm like, oh, we are not tossing that. And you are not eating that, but you're a good girl. So there's my new mouser. That little girl, that little girl loves to attack things. Attack things and other cats. She's over there laying in my coat, which is good. I need to pick her styrofoam box up. I gotta do something with that because I realized one of the reasons she likes laying in there, she likes to scratch on it. And I look at her and she's got these little pieces of styrofoam on her, and I'm like, that can't be great. So I gotta cover it up somehow. But, I skipped yesterday again. I was figuring out this pattern. It was frustrating me, man. And I was trying to get this one pattern done, and I'm like, I can't do that one. I cannot do that one. It gives me this weird instruction in the middle, and I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm like, so today I started this one. It is going to be a pineapple. I almost said a bad word for no reason. The pictures in this book are very blurry. Like, this is the one I was trying to do. And I can't see the details in it. So I'm like, I can't finish this doily. But this is the one. I worked on this one too, and I made it giant. But I have to finish the edging. I made this one giant. Can you imagine that as a shirt? I did it in black, which is weird because black is hard to work with. In the light or in the dark, it's hard to work with. But this one that I am working on happens to be this pineapple doily. And it's easy. Her instructions are basically very easy. Let me see if I can find this guy. Ugh. I did this one with my 8 hook. And I'm halfway done with finishing around the edge. Excuse me. With finishing around the edge. But you imagine that as a sweater or a top or something. When you make a doily, it can be any size you want it to be. It can be little tiny and be pretty little pieces of lace, or it can become sweaters. It depends on the hook, the size of the hook. It depends on the size of the yarn. And that's it. Just depends on the size of the hook and the yarn. I like to use my 8 hook when I want to do bigger things like that because it goes faster. The 10 and the 12 hook seems like a 4-ply is just too thin and it gets tangled up on the hook for me. So the 8, maybe even a 7 would be the best for what I like to do. I have my lamp drying, so I'm not going to show it to you right now. It's drying, but I did finish it. So I guess it's just more crochet babble, huh? I'm going to go now. It was good chatting with you. Good morning. Have a good day. We'll see you later. Bye.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching me spin like a carousel grin, round and round in the wind. The clock keeps ticking, but who's keeping score? The door's still open. What's it